There we go. Now it should be working. Welcome back. We're going to be making a game, as I said before. It's called No Face. If you guys have anything you want to add to the game or want me to put in the game, I will attempt to do that. I can't guarantee that it'll be perfect, but I sure can guarantee that it'll be okay. So, here we are. I'm stalling because I'm trying to figure this out here. There we go. I know there's white noise behind me, but I can't do anything about that right now. I'm getting a new mic this weekend. Here's our character. We're going to add bones now. I'm gonna grab the chat right here to see if anybody's putting anything up. This will be the time when we're going to do this whole making a game thing. At least for a while. Maybe not on Thursdays. My days are really busy on Thursdays, if you haven't noticed. I got on a little bit late. That's okay, though. I think I'll survive. So, here we go. We're going to go ahead and add in... Oh, I can't hear myself talk right now. We are going to go ahead and we're going to add some bones here to him to start to make the mesh. Well, not the mesh, to make the character here. I'm not going to be in Blender game right now because I'm going to try to... I don't know why I'm not going to do it. I don't have a real reason why not. Not right now. I'm going to switch it to X-ray mode so I can see what I'm doing. Rotate 90 degrees. There we go. Pull it smaller. Let me see the mesh. Okay. Goes about there, right? Yep. I'm going to switch to orthographic mode, go to the front view. How do I... 3.9. Alright. There we go. His shoulder should be about here-ish. Right? Well, not his shoulder, more like his armpit. Just where his arm moves, basically. That's what that's telling it. And then I'm going to put this one there. I think that's good. Should I give him hand motions? Should I give him a hand? Nah, screw it. No hand. I'm going to duplicate this, bring it over here. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not. Because it's not gonna let me do that. Dupe it. I did it. What I did is that I duplicated the object when I meant to duplicate the mesh, so that's what I went ahead and did. I'm going to rotate it on the x-axis to get it to flip perfectly around. And there we go. Let me check the coordinates here. That's that, and whatever. Alright. That's his arms. Now, that's basically his arms. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to add in his body. So Shift A to add an extra bone while you're inside of the edit mode while selecting a bone. I'm just gonna put in that's his body. I'm gonna go like this, make that his stomach, and then that's his chest, and then head and neck because I don't really need that many motion controls for this simple character. Add another bone here, bring it down to his leg. You guys can make this along with me, I don't really care, but I get props. Okay, so just be cool, man. Just be cool, man. Just be cool, man. Anyways, I'm gonna bring it down like that. Bring it down, size it up here. So if you guys are familiar with Blender, if you have any tips or tricks, I was thinking I'd be overjoyed to hear because I'm not gonna. There have classes online that you can take, but I really don't. I'm switching the view there, so it's set on global. The edit tools are. So I'm gonna switch it to local because normal because I want it to. Wait, what? No, it's not following it. Whatever. I'm setting it to normal because when in theory, if I do that and press Z, nah, it didn't do it. Whatever. Usually you do that, but it didn't work for me. If you guys have a tip on how to do that, then that would be great, because then I could use it. I'm gonna dupe it. I'm using dupe for duplication because I'm cool and I make new words. Rotate it 980 degrees on the Z-axis and slap it right there. I know people say Z, but I don't say Z. It's kind of lame. I like saying Z-axis. I like to say axe. Let me ask you a question. Alright. That's his bones. Kind of creepy, right? I've made like realistic characters that look like nasty babies, and we stick the bones in there with facial controls. It's freaking creepy. It looks like a human face, human bone face thingy. It's gross. Like here, let me for example, if you, well, I don't have it on, so I'm not gonna do it. There's a human mesh that you can just download for bones, and then you can slap them right inside the body. Anyways, so I'm gonna select the mesh of the character and the bones, and I'm gonna Control P to set the parent to armature deform with automatic weights. So it'll already be weighted. So weighting means the area that it's gonna move, basically. So if I switch it to pose mode, hopefully this will be, yeah. See, I can move his head and stuff. I can move his arm, I believe. Yep. Oh, perfect. It's doing like a bendy thing. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Let's see here. Yep. See here. Yep. So, as you can see, when I flipped it backwards, his thing is just, his nub, the extra of his arm is out. It's because I don't have the mesh completely attached to that. It's still a separate shape. So if you want to be like, hey, I want to make armor, but I don't want it to move, you'd use this logic that it's not going to change as long as you parent it to a different object. Anyways, I don't like how it's, you see how it's kind of, it's going to be a little bit difficult to edit and pose, like dying scenes and stuff when they bend over and crap, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. The big issue with automatic weights is that your character shrinks, like if I move here, sometimes you get that, like jingle there. I don't really like that, but there's really not too many ways. What the heck is this? Why did I put that there? Luckily it's not meshed to anything, so I don't really need to worry about it. Oh my gosh, I'm just making it worse. Alright, there we go. And leg. So if I wanted to record a simple running animation, it should be very easy with these simple bones. I know there are easier ways to do this. You could make like a knee joints, set them out here somewhere, like here-ish, like up here, and then you could make them, parent them to this with empty groups, and then when it moves, it all moves together, but I just don't do that for whatever reason. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to parent this. I want this to be the base, because I don't want this to be moving. It really serves no purpose for that to move. I only want his chest. If you think about it, your stomach doesn't really ever bend. It's usually just your chest and your spine moving, never your stomach area. If you hunch over right now, you'll notice that your chest, if you've got extra fat, it overlaps your stomach. And then if you sit up, it's all straight. You usually only use your chest. One thing with game making and mesh making, you have to know common human movements, so you know what the deal is with that. So I'm gonna do this, parent it to the bone. Crap. I'm gonna select this one, and then I'm gonna select the rest of these. I don't really know if that's gonna, yeah, it's not gonna change anything. Okay, how do I do this again? I don't freaking know. Whatever. Let's see what I can do here. I can parent it. No, because I didn't do extras. Whatever, it doesn't really matter to me. I'll just take the hard way. So this one moves his this one moves his head and arms. Ooh, you know what I could do? I could go in here and I could edit it from here. So that might be what I do. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do right now. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just thinking not gonna do that. Forget it. Because it's too difficult. Hi everybody. I bet you're wondering, Sharaz, why don't you give him eyes? It's called the game is called No Face. The only way you can have no face is with no eye or nose. The idea of the game, if you're just joining in, I think I explained it last time, but I'm pretty sure nobody cared because half of the episode was just me trying to figure out how this works. It's a game about a character who was born, and then he was born for great things, and then his powers were stolen by an evil doctor. blah 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 blah. And then the idea is that you can use your character can every boss you beat you get a new face, and then with that you can use it to defeat other people. Like you get for example, I'm not gonna actually use this because it's kind of lame. For example, you get like a fire mask, and then you use that to defeat people. You're probably asking, what the heck is he doing? I'm just trying to figure out a permanent solution for this problem. What the heck is that? Alright, that doesn't make any sense, but faces? What the heck? Oh, you know what? It's empty space from the other one. So, it's the vertices and crap. So if I delete it, delete the faces, whatever, F. See, that makes it too flat. I don't need that. I need it to go like that. Yes, that worked for me. Alright, fixed it. Fixed it, fixed it, fixed it. Whew. So now when I move his head, his mouth isn't going to detach. So yeah, what should I do next? What should I do next? Should I create a mask? I have a mask in mind, so let's start working on a mask. I'm gonna leave this alone. I'm gonna save it because if you don't save, I say ABS, always be saving. If you don't save, you're screwed. Basically, something happens, power gets shut down, you're done. You lost all your work, and then you're just like, forget it. I'm not gonna make anything for the rest of my life. Yeah, it's a bummer when that happens. What I'm going to do next is I had an idea for a controller guy. So every game has a character with a whip or a grapple hook, right? That's just the day and age. Everything has to have a freaking grappling hook. Everybody knows that. Okay, look at any game. Do they have a grappling hook? And did it sell good? That's basically my logic here. So making a grappling hook for this character is going to be the first thing that you're going to get, because making levels with grapple areas is kind of more aesthetically pleasing. So I am going to make a grappling hook part of the game. Therefore, I must make a grappling hook character, and because I want it to be cool, so I'm going to create these few by myself because I'm sure no one's going to... So if you look at this, I'm doing a plus sign here. It's because this is like a D-pad on an NES controller or Xbox 360 controller or any controller with a D-pad. I'm pretty sure every controller has a D-pad, which I don't know why. Even Wiimotes have D-pads. Come on. So what I'm doing here is that I'm going to make a D-pad. I was wondering how to do an intrusion on the face, because you know D-pads always have those triangles on them. Usually, not on the PS4 controller, they're separate buttons, but when you do a solid D-pad, they usually have those triangles. That's how you get like Nintendo thumb and stuff. You get the little triangle on your thumb from playing so long. So what you want to do is, I think that I will leave that alone. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to make his other eye. So these are going to be his eyes. D-pad and 2 buttons for a Nintendo NES controller. So next would be the crap. I'm just going to check out these. Alright. I'm checking out the transform, what I did there, so I can see what I did. So the Y is the one that changed. No, the... Aw, crap. Whatever. I'll just kind of eyeball it then. I don't think it'll change too much if I just eyeball it. Right about there. Yeah. It doesn't really matter too much if it's too big or small. So this is going to be the... Should it be down here? It needs to be on the same level as the other eye, so one down here, duplicate it, one up here. Switch to top view, switch to orthographic view. Shoot. Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna look at it like this right now. Wait, actually, there we go. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna do one eye here, because that's kinda, it's just about lining up with that one, and this one is just about lining up. And as you know, NES controller, one's low and one's high, so I gotta change how these are placed. So I'm not gonna worry about the spacing too much because you get fed up over spacing and then you mess up on something else without noticing. I'm actually gonna move this down because if you look at the character, his face isn't that big to actually have something so far spaced and so wide, so I'm gonna stick that on instead. I'm actually not looking at the chat right now. My Wi-Fi freaking sucks, so I'm not looking at it. I should though. I definitely should. That's my other channel. Not my other channel, my other live stream that I posted today. I was pretty satisfied with how the live stream turned out. Not while I was watching it, just when I was after posting it, it was pretty good. So, does the SNES controller have the A button on the bottom? I'll just Google it real quick. 1 second. Let me look, and they're side by side. So the NES controller is side by side. I'm gonna actually go for the SNES controller because that one's the one with different spaced. So B is bottom, A is the side. Yeah, okay. So I'm going with Sega Genesis controller. That's the one that I was thinking of. Sega Genesis controller, I believe. Let me check. Sega Genesis. Sega! Does when Nintendo don't. Yeah, Sega controller is kind of what I had in mind. The 3 buttons there, but only 2. Is there one that has diagonal? I feel like there is. Am I thinking of like a... What is it? I'm thinking of like a normal arcade machine, you know? A normal arcade machine would do that. Make a freaking thing with the buttons. So, let's just get this how I want it. I don't think it matters too much where they're placed. I'm going to change them anyways. No, I'm not going to join them because they're going to be different colors. So one's going to be red, one's going to be green. Yeah, because, I mean, red and green, they contrast. What are the buttons on the freaking controller? They're both red, right? They're both red. I know that for a fact. So I'll just make them both red. Don't sue Nintendo? There's a big thing about Nintendo about how they don't like it when other people play their games, and we found that to be true. If you tag freaking Nintendo in your gameplay, it will get copyrighted. I guarantee it. So if you're ever gonna make a YouTube channel, don't tag Nintendo. They will copyright you. Like, I guarantee it. Instant. Like, even if you have the smallest amount of views, you'll get freaking tagged. It doesn't matter who you are. Obama could have made a channel and freaking played a Nintendo game. Tagged instantly. But, ooh, I kind of like how that looks. It looks like a friggin' M&M. Making myself hungry. So, when I do these streams, I just get home from school. I immediately jump on the computer and I'm like, let's go. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the body of my character over there. I'm going to extrude it just a little bit so it looks more like a triangle instead of what you just saw before, some kind of nasty mesh looking thing, gross and slippery. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, just extruding just a little bit, not even an inch, like very minimal, in order to preserve the corners, you know. So that's a little bit how I want it. I'm not liking these middle parts though, but I can actually fix that in post. So I'm going to apply that. The only reason why I'm applying it now is that these are not going to be moving. They're going to be stationary on the character's face. So I'm going to delete those faces and then I'm going to make new ones here. So you check this out. I'll grip it to that. I'll bring it there. And then I'll grab these ones and I'll press F and it should fill it in for me. And then all I have to do is kind of rotate these ones just a little bit. You know what I should have done? I kind of feel stupid. I should have mirrored it instead of whatever. I can't do anything about it now, can I? Well, actually I can. Is that D-pad enough for you guys? Is that D-pad enough for you guys? Jeez, man. I'm just gonna leave it alone because I feel like I'm gonna mess it up. There we go. Right now I could have done this by selecting all of them, but I didn't because I'm not a freaking pro. Jeez, guys. I'm doing it because I want to do the triangle thing now. And it works extra because it's doing the, it's kind of already bent, you know, as you can see. It kind of curved in there. Now is editing. So if I go like this, it should give it just a little bit of an edge. Yeah, see, that kind of, yeah, I like that. So that's 2, so 1, 2. How many from the side? 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, here we go. What else should I talk about here? I'll talk about making games. I have like a billion files here. Ooh, you know about the new graphics? I was talking when I said the files. I was talking about the games that I made. Well, not made, but they're trash. They're trash. They're no good. Like they barely be a Flash game. Should I give it a mid part? I think I should give it a mid part. No, I can't. It's not gonna let me. That isn't. That's not nice. Yeah, I kind of like. I like it. See, whoa. Okay. I'll accept that. I'll accept the results. Alright, so next is this. Should I make them more smooth, or is the crunchiness of it fine? I think I'll just up it just a little bit. Make it more circular. Because then when I smooth it, it'll still look like a circle, but the other one kind of looked like a shape instead of a circle. Alright, so should I... I'm not going to add letters. I feel like I should, though. Should I? Shouldn't I? Should I? Shouldn't I? Oh, I just add some letters. So there's an easy way to do this. You go to this text thing, and you flip it up. You rotate it however you want, depending on your character. It could be upside down, flipped right. I don't care. Rotate 90 degrees there on the Z, on the Y, on the X. Yeah, it's not gonna work for me. I'll just rotate it again on the Z-axis, and then I'll rotate it again on the Z-axis, because you know, I take the hard way every time. So, A's on the bottom. A's on, I have caps on. Whatever. A's on the bottom. I'll stick it right there. So what you're thinking is like, how are you going to make the letters? Well, this is how you make the letters, you jerks. I don't know exactly how I'm going to make it look like if you're looking like this way or like this way. Nah, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. Alright, so now you just join those two. How do you... I want it... Okay, so when you're parenting I'm going to parent it. When you're parenting something, you want to choose what you want to get parented and what you want parented. So this is... You want to choose the base and the applique. So the applique is the A and the base is the M&M shaped thing. Let's see if I was correct. I sure was. Alright, so you see how they moved down there. I don't want it there, so I'm going to go Shift Control Alt C, and that will give me the set origin. And I'm going to set it to the geometry because that's the easiest part to remember. So the A's gravity is right in the middle, and this one's right in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and make the B now. I'm going to make a new letter. And it's really nice because actually it's not nice. Scratch that. I didn't mean that. It's really nice because it's not nice because it's kind of difficult to deal with letters sometimes because they absolutely, positively do not end up how you want it to. What? Whatever, I'll just do the same thing I did before. Yeah, when you do letters, when you render them in the game thing, it does not end up how you want it to, ever. It's kind of lame. I wish they had a better way to do letters, but they just don't. They didn't. It might have to do with my camera though, so I'm not too worried about it. Not my like legitimate camera. When you make a game, you have to set up a camera so that you see as a player when you're doing a third party. Well, not a third party, a third view game. You want to make it so that you look through a camera, and then when you move the mouse, the camera moves with the mouse. You know. So those are the eyes of the character that I'm gonna be making. Should I make like this area? You know, the triangle part. Black? I don't know. I'd have to specifically... like a, not even black, like a darker shade, you know? Just a teeny bit darker. Here we go. Just selecting all these parts. So one of you, I'm sure someone's gonna be like, why does it even matter, these small things on the character? Well, when you play a game for a substantial amount of time, you start to notice the issues with it. Have you ever noticed that when you're playing a game, you're like, the freaking mesh, the character rips there. What the heck? Sonic Boom is a perfect example, if you've ever played Sonic Boom. After you've played the game for a specific amount of time, you've noticed that this game is not as good as it was thought to be. So now, if I go like that, you will be able to see. I'll actually make that look nicer. How do I even make it look nicer if I wanted to? I don't even know, guys. I don't even friggin' know. So, it's good enough for me, though. I like it. I kind of like the little hexagonal thing. I'm gonna make the smoothing shade on it, though. Smooth. Whatever. It's gonna look like that, guys. That's what it's gonna look like. That's his face, basically. But if I... Shoo, man, shoo. If I go to Blender Game and then I go like that, you see, that's what it's gonna look like. So, it's like... It's not that bad. It's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. So if I try to look at a three-dimensional, the GLSL shading is not on, so that can really change. Now, one thing I haven't figured out is how to do the color of the things. I want those letters black, but I don't think it's gonna work for me. Let's see. Nope. Whatever. I'm not gonna deal with it right now. I'll deal with it off screen. If I solve it, I'll tell you guys how I solved it. Let me just kind of uniformize all that. So these are the eyes. Now I bet you're wondering, how the heck is he gonna get it onto the character? How the heck are you gonna switch characters? Well, I'm here to say I don't know. Jeez, guys. Ugh. I'm making it with you. I don't really know exactly. What the heck? There we go. I don't really know exactly how this is going to work, but it will because I want it to. Now I'm saying? You see me? Alright, so now if I want to select all of it, I just click right. What the heck? Control P, object. You pile of trash. There we go. And then I go like that, Control P, object, and then it should move with that. Control P, object. Oh my gosh. Dumb. Can I join those? Can I join those? This is unfortunate. Whatever. I'll just move them individually at the same... Oh my gosh. Control P, object. Y. Oh. Okay, that makes complete sense. Alright, Mr. Man. The A is not attached for some reason now. So I will clear parents. I will do it again. Alright, we're good, we're good. Okay. What's next? You ask. I don't know, I'm just trying to work with you guys. There's no one... I'm kind of doing it at an inconvenient time for people, too, because it's like right after school in the middle of work, you know? So, I don't care. This is about the time when I can record, though, if on a normal week, so... This is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing. So you got these little M&M eyes. I think it'll look pretty cute. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and grab this mesh, and I'm going to copy it, bring it into this one, and paste it. Now, this is like 500 times bigger than it needs to be, so I am going to, first of all, oh my gosh, that did not do what I wanted to. I want that to be 1 with the joystick or D-pad or whatever. I want it to rotate at 90 degrees, sorry. Just kind of messed up there. Rotate it 180 degrees. There we go. Now it'll look nice. Shrink it a whole bunch. Bring it up. Pop it out of orthographic view. So orthographic view is only really, it's very useful when trying to measure space and stuff, but it's not really useful when trying to judge distance. So 2D and 3D, it's pretty clear what the difference is there. If you don't know, then you should probably get yourself checked out. So what I'm doing right now is that I am going to kind of judge where I want the eye, the left eye, to be. I'm gonna kind of. So the idea here is that I don't want the mesh to be kind of. I want the eye to be uniform with the face. Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty good. Next part. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to pay very close attention to what the size of it is going to be. So I'm at point 0.3 about. Is that too big? Oh yeah, that's way too big. Well, so the issue with stuff like that is that it flips upside down, so I need to do that. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll probably need it just a little bit smaller. This one's gonna go right about there. So I'm glad I didn't, I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't parent it to anything. So I'm gonna shrink it just a little bit more. Now it's at 0.1. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. 0.01? No. 0.2. No. Whatever it's at right now, 0.122. That's what it's at. I'm gonna flip the bones off right now. Not literally, guys, jeez. I'm gonna flip the... I'm actually going to... Yeah, pop off X-ray so I can see the mesh. Rotate it on the Z axis. Rotate it on the Y axis so I can see the white outline. And these M&Ms are really good because I can kind of stick them wherever. They're like stickers on his face. What the heck? Oh, I parented it wrong. There we go. That ought to do it. Of course it didn't do it. This is kind of a relaxing time for me. I'm just kind of at home after school, or for you guys after work. No, just kidding. No one works until 3. Everyone works past that. Why is it not doing what I want it to? That's unfortunate. I kind of live a high-strung life, if you haven't noticed. I just I don't know, I just live high-strung, like procrastination. Am I right? So now I'm going to change it to 0.122. That's about what I had it at. Okay. Bring it up, over, rotate it 90 degrees on whatever axis that I want it on. Okay, rotate it 90 degrees again, but this time on that. Now rotate it 90 degrees on the Z. Sign, shut up! My dog's right next to me. He's my partner. Oh my gosh, he's being annoying. He's roughing at me. I got a boxer. Anybody got a boxer out there? I don't think I can explain any more what I'm doing. Like, I've pretty much explained exactly what I'm doing here. So, if you need any more explanation, I don't know how I'm supposed to explain it anymore. It's like when a teacher said everything they had to and they have time after class, and they're like, well, if you went to a school where that happened. That happens like every day at my school. It's so annoying. Teachers are like, well, I guess you guys could just sit there. I'm like, you didn't even tell us we can use our phones? Alrighty. What do you guys think? 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 15 out of 10. I should probably make the gray part black. I agree. Or at least like a dark gray. Yeah, boy. Ah! Why are they all oh yeah, I don't have. So, as you can see, those A's and B's are very blurry, but I can't deal right now. I think if I turn the resolution up to 12 on the letters, it should look nice. Let's see. No. 0 doesn't really change it at all. Fast editing. No, it doesn't really change it at all. Let's see here. Yep. I have no idea. I guess I'm just gonna have to deal. Alright. What's next? We have to make his weapon, right? We have to make his weapon. So his weapon's gonna be an NES controller. Let's see here. NES controller. This should be pretty decently easy to make. So I haven't decided what he's gonna wear for everything and stuff. So if you guys have like an idea of what he should wear, like here area, I would be overjoyed to tell you that I would absolutely do it. If it's a good idea. If it's trash, I'll probably tell you it's trash. My unrelenting honesty is it kinda sets me bad sometimes. People don't like that sometimes. So the A and the B have emitters on them, which is really annoying. I don't want that. But there's nothing I can friggin' do about it. Maybe if I set the specular different, maybe it's only emitting. Maybe that's why. No, that's not the case. That's okay. Now I just need a source of light. Let's do a lamp. Let's do a spot. Let's do rotations. There we go. Now we can see how he's gonna look. That's kind of creepy, don't you think? So that's what he's gonna look like in the game. That's exactly what he's gonna look like in the game. So yeah, I'm gonna make an animation where like he sticks the mask on, basically. So what he's gonna do is that he's gonna, I don't know. You guys should tell me what boss. So here's an idea. How about you guys? I've put my email in the description of the YouTube channel. You guys send me, not the YouTube channel, the description. You guys send me pictures of what you want the bad guy to be for the game face guy, the game face character, basically. You guys tell me what you guys want that to be, and I will make it. I'll choose the very best one. Maybe I'll make a video out of it and post it of how we pick which one's which. We'll probably just scroll through all the images and then pick which one. I'll do it live too or something. So you guys send them in and we will give it to you. I know it sounds like I'm ending the episode, but I'm not for like another, I don't know, 14 minutes. Give it 14 minutes, man. Actually, it's 4:20. That's probably around the time when I should quit. Yeah, I'll call it 4:20. 4:20 blaze it, you know? I'll stop at 4:30. How about that? 4:30, what is it? Mid whatever time? You guys do the math on that one. I'm not good with that. I'm not good with deciding what times are times, so. Should I leave it? No. 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 So this is the original. This is this. Original. This. Original. This. Original. This. Not too much of a change. So let me just check here. Yep. Alright. So I'll need to set up a coder that tells the game that if the bones move in a specific fashion, that this one follows it. Basically, what I'm gonna need is a hub screen where it says, you know, equiption. So I'm thinking this game will definitely be for the PC. So I was thinking the arrows on the bottom right of your keyboard, you know, the up, down, left, right. Those can be switching abilities, and you can bind abilities to the keypad there. And then WASD is to move. So we will work on that next episode. Actually, I got some time here, so I'm gonna start, I don't know, freaking programming a walk cycle, and I'll make it 10. 10 seems to be the magic number for walk cycles. So I'm just gonna switch it to 10 then. Oh man, that is awkward. So what I'm gonna do here, I should probably bring everything up one sec. I'm gonna bring all this to 0 on the, what the heck? Object mode. There we go. See, his body's moving from the bones. I gotta move the bones. So I want the Z to be on 0. So I'll grab all of these. I'll bring all those down next. So 0. Oh, crud. 0. And then I'll bring these down there. Right about there. Right? Yeah. So I'm just doing that for relation purposes, just to make it look nice. So next I'm going to add in motions. So to do that, you need to be in pose mode. A walking cycle. I want it to be fluid motion, but I want it to look nice too, so maybe just like a little like stepping. His motions aren't going to be very crazy either. They're just going to be like What do I want? So when your right leg moves, your left arm moves, and when your left leg moves, your right arm moves. So go like that, and then rotate this one, and then rotate it again, and then rotate this, and then rotate this. There we go. So I'm actually kind of liking how it kind of pops out there. It kind of gives him a solid shoulder, unlike what it had before. When you walk, your head bobs forward, so believe it. Naruto Uzumaki. Alright, so at the first frame, I want all of these to be, so I'm pressing I, and I want the whole character to be in there. There we go. And then I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to put it at frame 10. Did I do that right? Sure didn't. Alright, so nothing should be moving there. Good. So at frame 5, I want to inverse the kinetics. I think to do that, you need to go here. I could just flip inverse kinetics. How do I do this? How do I do it, guys? I don't know. I'm sure there's a way here. I'm sure there's a way. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm figuring it out. Figure it out. To last power propagate. Auto IK. Tools. Well, I guess I'm just not gonna figure it out then. Alright, I'll just do it manually. Alright, guys, here we go. Trying to not to mess everything up. I'll go like that. I'll go like this. Not that far. And you should not be that far. So I want there to be a lot of motion when he moves, not like he's like jigging around, but enough motion for him to kind of look like he's walking kind of fluidly. I'd like to say fluidly, you know, the word that nobody likes, fluid. Who loves it when people say fluid instead of like anything else? Absolutely anything else. I'm kind of having an issue here. I'm kind of worried that I'm just a little worried about it. Let's see here. You can look left and right. We should be fine. Rotate it this way. So his head's kind of bobbing. He's kind of going. I want him to give him a little bit of a goofy motion. It's kind of more of a cartoony. So when I play it, holy crap! That is way too fast. I'm gonna have to make this a 20 framer. Yeah, this is crazy. I should not. I should not. No. That's not gonna work for me. Woo. That is too fast, don't you think? Like if you're playing a game and your character's like, that's a little too fast if you ask me. Is there a way to slow this down? Let's check. I just realized that it's in here. Let's see. Where is it? Inverse kinetics. See? That's so messed up. Whatever. Let's do it again. Let's make it 20 frames, because that's way too fast. By the way, if you guys got anything, like, if you got a better one, you turn around and you're like, hey, Sharaz, this is how you do it, because that would be choice. I'm not a novice. I know what I'm doing, but there are certain things that I don't know, just as anybody wouldn't. Because there's no freaking pamphlet. I guarantee. You look for a pamphlet, you're not going to find one. Paste. Why isn't it not working? So if I go here, copy the pose, and then paste it. Whatever, I'll just press I. Oh, it's not moving because it's already that. Whatever, stupid Sharaz. I'll remove that keyframe. 5. Copy it. Paste it at 10. 5. Remove it. Shoo! Alright, there we go. Copy it. Paste it. Lock it in. Remove it. There we go. Let's see. There we go. That's more what I'm thinking for walking. That's kind of a base. His leg isn't moving very much, is it? He's walking towards you like this. His head's moving. Maybe I should... No, his body's kind of moving when he walks anyways. So, next is like a running animation. So that's what I'll do next. There's a way to do all this stuff and put it in like an area. I believe it's in the dope sheet. Yeah, it's in the dope sheet. And then I'm gonna call this one walk cycle. And this is what I'm gonna do in the coding. I will. There's a lot of time left. Jeez. Oof, I got some time to burn. I can make more progress. Alright, so this one's called walk cycle. Now if I want it to go back to... If you guys know how to set all the bones back to how I had it before, that would be beautiful, because I don't know how to do it. Because there's that. That's what I want it back at, but whatever. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because I need it to go from that to a run cycle. So... Next would be a run cycle. So, control new? No. Shift add? No. How do I make a new one? How do I make a new pose? How do I make a new thing? Huh. This is weird. So if I go to... If I want to add... If I want to do... I don't know. I'm totally blanking on this one. If you guys got any things here, you guys should definitely tell me, because I have absolutely no idea how to add another... Basically another dope sheet, almost. So if I like move stuff here, it's not going to do what I want it to do. What the heck? So I have this armature doing that. Do I need to make another armature? No, I shouldn't have to do that. I should just be able to... Whatever, I'll say this is supposed to be the normal one. Because pretty much everything you do will be based off of this walk cycle. Because you break from the walk cycle or the run cycle into a battle stance, you know? Let's see here. Dope sheet. Action editor. I don't know. I don't know. I know there's a way to do it though. See, there's this thing. How do I add another one? It might be in the, where's the little clock thing? Where timeline? It might be in the timeline here. So if I go, yeah, you guys are figuring all this stuff out with me. Freaking right at the same time I am. Some of this stuff. Let's see, frame, view, add. I want a new, like, animation. I want a new set of animation to do. Ooh, this is painful. Okay, I'm not gonna figure it out today. If you guys have it to tell me, put it in the comments. Please, for the love of God, please! Anyways. I want his skin to move when I press the button, so I'm gonna bind the keyboard to W. I'm gonna bind the shoe and then I'm gonna add in a motion. Crap, I can't remember. X, and then what's positive? Shoot. I want him to move negatively on his location here by like 0.2 because he's kind of small. And it's a walk cycle, so I don't want him to move that much. And then when he does that, I want him to play. Where's the. Okay, is it constraint? No. Constraint. There you go. And then when W is pressed here, I want it to scene, steering, random property, parent, motion, mouse, message, game, filter, edit object, constraint, camera, action, armature, run armature. Is that gonna work actually? Let's see. I pressed P, but nothing's happening here. No, what the heck? P. Okay, that didn't work. It's supposed to be -2. I forgot. Actually, I'm gonna bump it down to -1. Alright, there we go. There we go, that's a nice little walk cycle. Now I gotta make it work. That's the biggest issue here. Run armature, no, that can't be it. Let's see. Property? No, that can't be it. Steering, sound, state? No, that can't be it. Visibility? No, that can't be it. Parent? No, that can't be it. Oh man, this is dumb. This is a dumb one, guys. This is stupid of me. I don't even know. I don't even freaking know, man. There we go. Loop to end. Walk cycle. There we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. See, now when you walk, it'll do it. It'll do it. I think. Oh my gosh. I selected the bones. Let's see if it works. It's not working. Why? Oh, start at 1, end at 20. There we go. Oh my gosh. Loop to end. Just play it. Just play the button. Why is it not working? Maybe if I do. Shoot. Action. Walk cycle. 1. 20. 20. Play it. W. Nothing. Freaking nothing, man. Freaking no. Oh, that's because I didn't connect it. Nope. That's not why. That's not why. P. Play the thing. Force it. Priorities at 1. Ping pong. How do I make it freaking work? I don't understand why it's not working right now. Is his bones moving, but he's not moving? Because that should not be the case. The, uh, uh, maybe now? Let's see here. Nothing. Start frame 1. I need to remember that sometimes I forget to put in the freaking crap. Nothing. It should be working here. Is it just really slow? No, that's not the thing. Sign. That's not the thing. That's not the thing. What the heck? Why? Why is it not working? Do I need to do this? No. Why? Okay, I'm remembering this time. Gotta stick in everything. P. Huh. Uh. P. P. That's not it. If you guys know what to do, leave it in the comments. I think I'm gonna sign off here. I'm gonna see if I can figure it out before tomorrow. I hope. I just don't know. I just don't know. Here, actually, I'm gonna figure it out right now. I'm gonna throw up some text here, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I can't figure it out. I think you might have caught some of my YouTube trying to figure it out, but I can't do it. I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. I'm gonna start researching how to do it. See you guys next time. See you for Sharaz Makes a Game number 3, number 40-minute episode or whatever. If you guys, let's try to get this video up to 10 likes. I'm going for 10. It's only 10, guys. Just 10 likes, man. I saw that I got 27 views on the other video, so 10 likes. That's the goal. I bet you guys can't give me 10 likes. All right. See you guys later. See you next time. I'm gonna take this off of the screen. Wait, check this out. Check this out. See you next time, guys. I'll talk to you later. I guess bye, right? Alright.